probably going to be out week to week. At the time we talked to you Saturday, there wasn't an update on Kozak yet. Is there one now?
Kozak's out, lower body, couple weeks for sure. Yeah.
And it's just him and Davies. They're the only injured players at this moment?
Yes.
Okay. As a coach, I mean, you don't like that, but do you feel good coming into this week, given what happened last week? You guys getting 6 up, impossible 6, playing 3 games in 4 nights?
I don't know if a coach ever feels good. It's just not the way coaches think. You're always, what do we have to get better at? We had a good week, but we still have to grow. It can't be, hey, that was great and we're a finished product. There needs to be internal growth individually, internal growth collectively. That's how you get better. And I'm pleased with the week. I'm pleased with the process that led to that good week. But we got to stay hungry to keep getting better every week right now.
Can I pick your brain a little further? And when you talk about getting better, are there any details you're willing to shed light on? Like, what are some individual things you want to see get better?
Well, some things that I think we can execute still offensively better. I know that we scored a lot of goals this week, but there's some things from our breakouts through the neutral zone and then in the O zone that we can do better. That we can do a better job with our predictability for each other, with our execution, and now. I said 6 weeks ago, sometimes you have to take a step back offensively to get better defensively. And we've become better defensively, not by sitting back and being passive. We've become better defensively by being more aggressive, but with more structure and more, probably more smart play with the puck. Those things combined together have allowed us to be more smothering defensively. I don't think you become a good defensive team by sitting back. We've been more smothering defensively, and the better we've become at that, the more structured we've become in that. Now it's allowed us to get back into some of our offensive concepts that we believe in. So, so we can keep growing our offensive game while making sure we're still a good defensive team.
Speaking of defensively, I mean, often you need to be good defensively on the PK. You guys were bottom of the league for a while. You're starting to climb a couple spots. Had a good week last week, I think 9 from 10. What are you seeing on that side of special teams?
Yeah, Pacer and Vinny, they run our special teams, and they do a great job. They take a lot of pride in their work, and they take a lot of pride in the guys that are with them in those roles. And specifically in the penalty kill, Nathan, proposed to me an adjustment, 6 weeks ago or so, and why, and I thought it was a really good adjustment. And it took the guys a while to put that adjustment into work, but we've been better since that day. And I don't know what the numbers are, but all I know is that every defensive metric that we track analytically, penalty kill 5-on-5 over the last 15, 20 games has been on a steady incline, which is good to see.
One of the guys you talked about in terms of growth is Victor Neuchef, but I do want to ask, is there anybody else this season that, we're at the midway point now, that you've seen just have massive growth from the start of the year until now?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of guys that have. I think Mason Jobst is a better player right now than he was at the start of the year. So it doesn't just pertain to the young players. I think that Cale Clegg and Riley Stillman have had incredible growth this year. And so to me, growth isn't just about the prospects. Now, the prospects are playing better. Rosie and Cooley have taken a big step from where they were last year. Kozak's taken a big step from where he was, right? So I think our younger guys continue to get better. Neuchef has made a big step. I think that coming over here, like Rosie and Cooley and JJ, like the Europeans, the adjustment to North American style, to the physicality, to the less time and space, takes time. But I've said this over and over, Neuchef's growth started off the ice. And how early he shows up and how late he stays and all the extra work he puts in. So we saw a change in that 2 months ago. Now, after 4 or 6 weeks of stacking those little daily wins on top of each other, we're starting to see it more publicly in games.
You saw Rosario with a short-handed goal on Saturday. Is he looking more like the player that got sent up to Buffalo?
Yeah, I think it just takes some time to get his game back. And you got to remember with Rosie Cooley too, like they're really young, and there's been a lot thrown at them. They're not playing 12 to 14 minutes a night like they were last year. They're playing 16 to 20 minutes a night every night, and they're on both special teams, and so there's a lot. And I think that Rosie's game, his swagger and his confidence offensively is starting to come back. But the beauty of Rosie is he's becoming quickly one of our better defensive forwards. And that's a huge step in his career because, not everybody gets to play in the top 6 in the NHL. And even top 6 guys, if you want to play in the top 6 and help your team win, you have to be good defensively. And then on top of that, if you're more of a middle 6 or a bottom 6, you better do other things than score. And so penalty killing and playing good team defense, puck hunting, winning puck battles, those are things that Rosie has just added to his game. He is one of our top time on ice guys in the penalty kill over the last 10 games. And our penalty kill numbers are going up, right? So that's a real credit to him that I am putting him out first or second on the kill as a 20-year-old young player. That's rare on the penalty kill.
We're talking to you a lot about Lukáš Rusek. I was speaking with you about this yesterday. He's doing something that has not been done here in 24 years, and the last guy that did is an Appert Hall of Famer. How special is this run then?
Yeah, Rusek, everybody keeps talking about the point streak. I keep talking about his play away from the puck. And they're tied together. But this is the best. He's had great runs offensively with us over the last 2.5 years, where he's piling points up and he's making plays. His play away from the puck right now is spectacular. It's not pretty good. It's spectacular. And his defensive awareness, his puck battles, his hunt of the puck has just been awesome to see. It's really fun because that was a big step in his growth, right? And so then on a night that maybe your offense isn't there as much, or the other team's playing great defensively against you and you don't have the rush chances or the power play's not clicking, he's getting dirty points. He's getting points because he kept ozone possessions alive. He's getting points because he won a puck battle and took it to the front of the net and we score a goal. And so that's how you end up getting to a spot where you're in a streak like he's in. It's not just being skilled, because skill gets taken away in the hard games. It's the other things that he's doing that have made him so great right now.
No, great job last week. Outstanding.
I'd like to add one thing. It's Don had a week away from us, and it's awesome to have our good friend Don Stevens back with us this week, and it's great to see you, buddy.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the support. I really appreciate it.
It's awesome. Thank you.